Okay. Welcome back to Bear Grylls' Gallatross adventure. I mean, this has been so long. I've been playing this one for so... I forgot even it was about Gallatross. Gallatross are nothing. I've slaughtered many Gallatross. We're like 10 years in at this point. And yeah, it's definitely been the easiest run I've ever done. Since the last video, which has been like 6 years in game, 6 years or so, something like that. I think I've reloaded once, maybe twice, but I don't know. It's been so long. So really just once. And that was one time a bunch of raiders came in, they pissed off a Gallatross and fled, and then I just walked up and was smacking the Gallatross. And then he just lopped my leg off. And I didn't really think that could happen, but it did. So that was startling. But yeah, beyond that, it's just been nothing. It's just been a lot of nothing and easiness and nothing. So, okay. I mean, first of all, for evidence that really almost nothing ever happens here, this is a biosculptor pod. You can hop in here with a colonist, and you can do various things like removing scars or restoring small missing body parts. You can, healing wounds and stuff. You can also do age reversal. And I just did this. I just did the age reversal thing. It's bio-tuned to me right now, but before it was about 4 days. You have to stick a colonist in there and let them do nothing but sit there for 4 days straight. And I just did that. Nothing happened. Nothing went wrong. Nothing would ever go wrong. Even if something did show up, I've got a whole slew of turrets here. So, it's just a lot of nothing. Alright, let's see here. So, for one, you can see I've got a spaceship built. It is the ugliest, worst spaceship in the history of spaceships. This is a monstrosity, but it's functional. Because we don't have save our ship anymore, so this is all you need to build to flee. I mean, if you have more colonists, it has to be a bit more than this, but this is all we need. I don't know how it works, but it functions. What else? So yeah, the biosculptor. I eventually was able to reform my religion again. And so I picked up transhumanist. And I picked this up specifically because it lets you have access to the neural supercharger. And this is a nice little thing. You can run this once every 24 hours. And this increases your... Hold on, he hasn't done it yet today. It increases, like, your learning speed by 25%. And I think maybe research speed by some amount. It just makes it so you eat more food. But still, learning speed was the biggest hurdle for a while. So that was very nice. It also gives you access to the sleep accelerator. This makes it so, with a good bed, this is an ergonomic bed. Essentially, you get a full night's rest in like 3 hours or so. So that's very nice. And then the biosculptor pod, you don't need to be a transhumanist to use. But it cuts all the time of the cycles in half. So, originally, I was like, oh, biosculptor. I'm going to use that to remove some scars. Because I actually fought a behemoth at some point. A couple behemoths came on the map, and I was like, oh, they each give 2,000 meat. I'm going to go kick their asses. And I did, but they breathed fire. And the fire didn't really do much to me, except it left some scars on my brain. On my fucking brain. And it's really annoying, because if you have any sort of scar that gives pain, you will constantly, forever, have a -5 debuff. And that's really annoying. And it was affecting my consciousness, which is, you know, consciousness is everything. That determines the speed of how you do everything. So it was really annoying. I regretted fighting them, because it was not worth the meat for brain scarring. And I was like, okay, Biosculptor Pod, I could remove the scars. And you can, but it takes 10 days. Actually, it takes longer than that. It's like 13 days or something like that. Now it's 10 days. And I don't even know if this would heal all the scars or just one scar. So I never did this. Instead, I made healer mech serums. Each one of these healed one scar. I had 4 of them, so I had to make 4 of these. 6 medicine, 5 luciferium, and 8 advanced components. Not cheap, but we're basically at the point where I can make infinite amounts of anything, given just, you know, time. This is my workshop. Bear Grylls does not really do anything in here, because his crafting skill is still only at 5. And I eventually was able to buy this Crafter Bot. Crafter Bot 2. Crafter Bot 4. There it is. Yeah, Crafter 4. That has level 16 skill in crafting, which is basically everything you'd ever need to make. And so he does all my crafting. He crafted some other bots for me as well, so now I've got like hauler bots and an ER bot, and the ER bot was nice because that let me finally do operations on myself, which is why I now have this CQC assistant, which increases all my melee shit, and 2 bionic arms, 2 bionic legs. I could go further overboard, but, you know, whatever. So that's all pretty good. I have a robot chef, the modern auto cooker. This thing, it cooks at level 12, cooking level of 12. So it can make gourmet meals. You just keep meat, vegetables, and condiments around it, and it'll just pump out gourmet meals for you. I never have to touch a stove, so that's great. We also have, of course, the, good God, the Pulse Drill Mark II. We've seen this before. This just forever spits out steel, gold, jade, uranium, rubies, sapphires, diamond, you know. And then I have this thing, the Sal Assembler Mark I. I have that parked in front of my Matter Weaver. And as long as there's steel in the vicinity around it, it will just continually make plasteel for me. I have it set to only make 300 at a time, but, you know, if I wanted, this is a self-perpetuating thing. This mines up steel forever, never runs out. The hauler bots move the steel over next to this thing, and this thing just could perpetually pump out plasteel. So that's good. Earlier on, I had this, the automatic mason. And this was just making sandstone blocks for me. And then for a while, before it got destroyed, and I never bothered to remake it, I had this art machine which would automatically take those blocks that this made and turn it into art that I could then sell. So, yeah, we really went into the automation aspect, which is pretty cool. I mean, you can go a lot further than that, but those are just some nice, simple examples. And I don't really know how much more than this you need, unless you really like endgame, big colony, big everything, just holy shit, bring it all on. And I love playing Factorio, and I want it all, and I just want to make everything in the world. That's not really what I'm into Rimworld for, so by the time you get into the Pulse Drill Matter Weaver combo wombo, it's like, yeah, I think your playthrough's kind of done. We did eventually get into oil. Not much. I did not go ham with this. It was really just for these big-ass power plants. I mean, that's 16,000 watts. Practically nothing can compete with this outside of Rim Atomics. We actually have a lot of different power. We have this, the compact fission reactor. There's actually, in my mod list, 3 different ways of obtaining nuclear power. There's 2 different ways that just involve building a nuclear reactor and, like, throwing uranium into it. And then there's the whole Rim Atomics line of way more complicated and involved. But this one, you just feed it 75 uranium every, like, 11 days, and you get 9,000 watts. We have an advanced geothermal generator, that's 5,200 watts. Tidal generator, that's 2,200 watts. Regular geothermal generator, that's 3,600 watts. And then these 2 combined are 20,000 watts. This is the research temple, as I like to call it. This is... It's not the max amount that you could get. I could build a couple more ENIACs to add even more research speed. But this has a lot. The 2 ENIACs, computing system, multi-analyzer, factory research terminal, quantum device, a file cabinet, and then 19 of these research counters. And just for the sake of showing you, let's take a look at how fast our research speed is. I don't know if it's faster than the Android playthrough at the top end, but it's pretty fast. It's fast enough. I mean, 3,500 points in like 2 hours or so. He tends to get distracted fairly easily, and he rushes off to do other things like eat. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty quick. So let's just look at all the research we've done. So Neolithic, we did 84%. Some of these are just not available to me. Like, I don't think I can actually do Orcish culture. I've never seen it come up. And there's a lock symbol on it. So I think you have to actually be orcs to do that. Or have an orc in your colony or something. 96% for medieval. Almost did all that. 85% of industrial. And then only 41% of spacer. There's a lot of high-end technologies. But, I mean, you know, like the Neolithic stuff, medieval stuff, those are like 400, 500 points each. I mean, you know, Bear Grylls can just shit those out by the dozen. The spacer ones, though, they're a lot bigger and a bit more time consuming. 6,000, 9,600 for the drop ship. You know, stuff like that. You'll notice we do have an actual SRTS ship. I've never had one of these before, and I've yet to actually use it. So let's fire this up and just see what it looks like. See if we can't like bomb some tribe. I don't know the range on them. This is like one of the first ones you can build. This is not the higher end ones. Let's see here. Okay. I don't... Wow. Oh, I got rid of my stove. That's right. You're supposed to be making the packaged... Yeah. You're supposed to be making these. Okay, done. I don't know where he... Oh, he's got a... This has to move. You want to move this? That's the problem. Like, sometimes if you don't have like a conveyor belt system set up. I don't know why the haulers aren't doing anything. Oh, why did they get... why did they get deactivated? I don't know. Okay, so anyways. Boop. Package survival meal. I don't think we'll need that many, but there you go. Bomb target. Carpet bombing. Okay. Well, here's a place. Cannot bomb here unless active map. Okay, so we could just launch and go there. Drop at edge. Oh, and there it went up. Oh, look at it go. Holy shit, that's fast. I mean, yeah, I can certainly see the benefit. Okay, so then we just come in and we land. And then I can load back up. Oh, now I used up all my fuel? Wait, what am I holding that's that fucking heavy? Oh, all my steel. Damn it. I didn't tell you to take all that. Alright, bomb target. Carpet bombing. Oh, God. Alright, here we go. Okay. Did we carpet bomb him? I mean, how do I know? I don't know. Now, normally SRTS does not function at all with Combat Extended, but I have a specific version that says that it does work with Combat Extended. It's just that... I don't know. Anyways, so let's talk about combat. This has basically been the melee-only playthrough to, like, actual effectiveness. You can see my melee skill is 16.5, and I can obliterate pretty much anything. We are wielding a nimble +1 powered maul. Excellent. So this is made out of plastiles, worth $3,000. Its armor penetration is 204 MPA, which is higher than anything I've ever seen. I mean, that's absurdly high. Not the highest DPS, but that's because it doesn't swing that fast. But still, it can penetrate through anything and just lop off heads. I like that I'm carrying my own ship somehow. As for the rest of the gear, there was like this psychic ship that landed or something like that, and I woke it up with like a bullet, and a few people came out, like humans. But then, like, you know, I ran off and they didn't follow me, they didn't attack, they just kind of sat next to their ship and didn't do anything. And one of them, the leader, was armed with basically most of this stuff. Notably, the plated +2 prestige cataphract armor. This is basically, as far as I have found and researched and seen and everything, this is the best armor in the game. Along with this plated prestige cataphract helmet. This is giving me 44 RHA for sharp penetration and 87 MPA. Now, my hammer could still break through this if I attacked, myself. But still, this is absurdly good. We're comfortable down to negative 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So I would have never been able to, kill that person wearing this stuff. But since they just sat around and didn't do anything, they also just starved. And so I didn't have to attack her. She just eventually starved to death, and I stripped her. So that's good. We also have Mechanite Under Armor. Suppresses your hunger. Mechanite Pants. These just increase your movement speed. And I have the Rosarius. Ornate Rosarius. This basically adds, a shield around you. You can see 264 shield charge there. But it blocks everything, not just bullets. So I also have a shield belt, which blocks bullets. So yeah, we're pretty fucking good. Combined with, Omni Ward. Not too shabby. So if I put on Omni Ward... and then we cast, this. Okay. Whoops. You don't need a Cloud Watch. And then we just set Search and Destroy. Let's see how we do. Now there went the Shield Belt, the Rosarius. They're actually getting harmed. This place is no joke. We're getting bruised. Nothing is actually, breaking through. But, a bullet can still hurt, even if it doesn't cut through your armor. I might have overestimated myself here. I mean, the damage we do is still absurd. You can see we're one-shotting pretty much everything. There you go. And, there you go. Okay. He's gonna tend to himself. Just to prevent, death. I see, actually, so we got some permanent gunshot injuries? Never seen that before. Alright, anyways, how do we pop this bad boy out? There you go. Oops. Let's load up. Launch. Yeah, I don't know. The dive bombing, the carpet bombing might not actually work. Yeah, I wanted you to launch. Okay, I think it's left click. There it is. And just a quick trip back. Okay. Now he is just gonna go here, rest until healed in the crypto sleep suspender. And we need to activate our doctor bot. There you go. We can make essentially an infinite amount of Glitterworld medicine, and they're actually gonna start working to refill a stock that we're using. We can use meat to make Nutramine, turn that into medicine, and then turn that into Glitterworld medicine, so it's no issue. So yeah, I mean, that's not how you want to really go about doing melee when your enemies are all armed with heavier firearms. But you know, it's doable. Oh, we got the plague. Okay, so that gives me a chance. So yeah, the amount of diseases I got was shockingly low. And again, this all goes back to what I talked about before, about how each storyteller has this number of colonists that they kind of want you to have. This sort of like ideal number. If you're over that number, they're going to throw all sorts of shit at you, like diseases and you know, horrible incidents and raids and things like that, to try and cut down that number. If you're under that number, they're going to lay off on all that kind of stuff and throw like transport pod crashes near you or wanderers wanting to join you. I saw a lot of slavers. You know, I saw a lot of like recruitment ships pass by. Anything where I could acquire or purchase or whatever more colonists. I saw loads of that, and I saw very few diseases, very few actual raids. We got like a couple infestations, but they were actually outside my base. We got a whole bunch of infested ship chunks, but those are super easy to deal with because they were never that big. We never got any like mega infestations where the queen shows up or anything like that. Oh, here's a raid. Look at that. Now, the raids that do come are actually pretty sizable. And that's due to... Ooh, look at, what are these? Ogrenaut. Oh, this is a feral. We should play ferals sometime. There's a whole, like, tech tree and everything for ferals. Be kind of cool. So my wealth right now is at 328,000. And it's like, yeah, once you get automated machines just making things for you constantly, it can run out of control. Yeah, let's have you guys deactivate. I don't want to repair you. No, I said I don't want to repair you. So... yeah, that's what happens if we get a raid. Turrets are pretty insane. We're working with just the cloth military machine gun nests. And if you've been watching all these Rimworld videos, you may recall that one playthrough, I think the Imperium of Mangg that was, where I put cloth military gun nests all around my base. But that's a really inefficient way of doing it. You want some sort of kill box, some place where you can concentrate your fire. And this this map really allows for that, because we're just tucked into this corner. And they almost never go all the way around. They're too stupid for that. So they'll just go to the path of least resistance, which is right over here. Right into all the turrets. So these are not that fancy, but we are using armor-piercing rounds because they're just strictly better, I've found. Armor tends to be the issue. And he's in a sad wander. Wow, it's been a long time. So he does have all these permanent injuries. In his brain again. Jesus. In his right eye. I don't think it's that horrible, though. Look at that, though. The plague. Immunity at like 24% we got. Incredible. And none of that matters. I'm about to hop in the ship and end this. What else do I want to say? Oh, right. So, natural talent, you'll see it's at 8, which is plus 100 to everything, plus 100%. Super good. I got 8, like, 5 years ago or something like that. And I had 8 for just a long, long time, and I was like, is it ever going to go to 9? Is this the end? And I finally had to look up in the mod files itself. I had to look it up to see where it ended. And yeah, 8 is the max. Unfortunately, it was really like an RPG kind of craving of just like, I want to see how high it can go. I want to just get to plus 20,000%. But no, they decided not to make it that overpowered. Levels wise for magic, I'm at level 49. Oh, I just hit this, so we can actually get a level 4 spell. I think this Cataclysm. Fucking Cataclysm. You know I love Cataclysm. It's perfect. Yeah. The leveling gate gets just stupidly slow. I don't know enough about Rimworld of Magic to know if there's a faster way to do it. You passively gain, like, minute amounts just as long as you're at max mana. Otherwise, you have to cast spells. And some spellcasters have loads of, like, auto-casting spells that they'll just use while going about their daily lives that just help them in different ways or help others in different ways, or their buff spells or whatever. Those classes level up much faster. For me, I have to basically just cast this Omni Ward on myself all the time, and most of the time I don't bother. So it's remarkable I got to level 49. Alright, but hold on. Let's go out here real quick. Let's cast... Let's cast Cataclysm on this dromedary. Shockingly, that didn't even kill it. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, so yeah, it's good. I mean, it's a great class. I really like it. You know, if I was just playing normally and some guy came up to me and wanted to join and he was a Star Seeker, yeah, I would fucking take that. But really, passions are essential. It's shocking that I got up to 17.5 intellectual with no passions whatsoever. That's how much fucking research I did. Melee at 16.7. That's almost entirely due to, like, the training dummy. He uses that thing constantly. Construction at 13. That's also pretty impressive. Just, like, building and rebuilding things over and over. Yeah. I would say the solo playthrough, probably one of the easiest you can do, but yeah, you probably want passions, especially if you're going to only put one single passion in, put it into crafting. Especially if you're not playing with, like, crafting bots and stuff. This would be a much more grueling time if I didn't have that. But yeah, I think that's about it, really. It was, yeah, it's been a fun playthrough. I mean, I've enjoyed, I'm on, like, year 10, so obviously I enjoyed it. But I don't know. I mean, most of it was just, like, seeing how far I could go, or seeing, like, especially natural talent. That was the driving factor of, like, does this go higher? Can I get it to go higher? Blah, blah, blah. But again, it's kind of like, you know, what do you play Rimworld for? And doing, like, all this shit, like auto crafting and just, you know, have it make everything that I want all the time automatically, that doesn't really excite me. Probably the most fun, most exciting part of this entire playthrough was the very start, where I was just in true survival mode, desperately just trying to, like, get food, you know, like, I have not worried about food in many years. Have some robo cook just make me gourmet meals all day. So yeah, obviously this playthrough could continue on for years and years and years. Like, I could handle it, but it's time to bring it to an end. Because there's at least, like, three ideas right now off the top of my head of other playthroughs that I want to do. So, yeah, this was interesting. I'm glad I did it, but it's time to move on. So we're going to start the ship. 15 days. We'll track gangs of desperate raiders and swarms of deadly mechanoids. Sure. How's my health doing? Yeah, we got rid of everything. So my consciousness is at 89% or 87% because of the brain injuries. Oh, the arcane weakness is affecting us a little bit. That's minus 10%. So the brain injuries are not too bad. But it does give us the minus 5 again. After all that work I did to remove the other ones. Yeah, arcane weakness. That lasts a while. That's from just casting those big spells. So we're gonna see how much, like, Bear Grylls has to actually be involved in fights. I could have built way more turrets and everything, but, you know, whatever. I actually went through a bunch of different turrets. Not many are really compatible with Combat Extended. The one that I originally was drawn to was the the Auto Tesla turret. This sounded really cool, and I actually have one sitting here. It seems like it functions, but it has never once fired a shot. It says its caliber is lightning bolt. And I just assume that it's just not compatible with Combat Extended. So then another one that I wanted and I tried was the autocannon turret. I thought that sounded really fucking cool. But this one also just cannot be made or something. The autocannon shells, I've never found a way to create these. Yeah, I don't know. So then finally I settled on these, even though they're pretty small. The Charge Blaster auto turrets. They consume a lot of power, but they shoot a pretty nice shot. 6x24mm charged. We're using the, what is this called? The Conson something. What is fuck, what does it stand for? Concentrated charge, yeah. So, it's got really good piercing, 30 sharp, 25 blunt, does decent little damage, and it just does, you know, full auto. The only downside of these is that they only have a 100-round magazine. But I've got hauler bots that will constantly rush out and reload them. So, yeah. Now we just wait. So in the meantime, the playthroughs that I definitely want to do, and I think the next one I want to do, is the all free will playthrough. So we're going to use the free will mod, and we're going to specifically pick the ideologian that maximizes the free willness. So, man, why is it so laggy? Holy shit. I don't know why that's a really low tick rate. Okay, that's odd. Anyways, all free will. So essentially what that means is that obviously you can still lay down plans and you can lay down constructions and, you know, you can do all that stuff. What you can't do, though, you can't set any priorities. So this will all be blank. And you can't force anyone to prioritize. So I can't right-click on something and say, do this now. It's all entirely just them making decisions on what to do based on their skill sets and things like that. Now, there are varying degrees of free will for the mod and like the ideologian. You can set it so that they'll They'll only kind of do free will stuff, but they'll listen to you if you prioritize and blah blah blah. Or they'll like mostly want to do free will, but you can prioritize. They'll just get a mood debuff. Or you can go whole hog, which is what we're gonna do. And on top of that, because I really am an idiot, we're gonna do free will research. So we're just gonna finally tick this little check mark on the semi-random research, where they select a research automatically. So I will not have any choice over that. Now, there are mods that do that more robustly. The issue with this is that it's just going to choose from those 1 in 5, but that's still effectively random. So I think that works. So yeah, no choice over what the colonists do, and no choice over what they research. And we're just going to see how it goes. Another playthrough I want to do is the Mad Scientist playthrough. Ooh, new storyteller. Very persistent. Nice. The Mad Scientist playthrough, I want to start with, like, an old man who has no skills except for intellectual. And he has one tier 1 android. And I just... and I want that to be, like, the genetic playthrough where we get into all these fucking genetic stuff. And the Rim Atomics playthrough where we do all nuclear. And I might turn off semi-random research for that one. Just so we can actually focus on the stuff we want to focus on. So that's a couple that I want to do. Ooh, Mechite. Alright, what do we got here? What do we got here? Look at them. Look at them go. Phalanx. And we've got a bunch of marshals. The Scythers are coming in. Zealots. Or, I mean, look at all these crazy... Let's see how well they stand up. My guess is not too well. Yep. That's why you load up armor piercing. Alright, you know what? For now, let's just suspend the whole smelt thing. It's causing you guys to rush out there. Yeah, reloading is fine. Oh, it's firing! Holy shit! That's so exciting! I'm glad I never removed that one. And there you go. Raid solved. Now they will automatically reload everything, they'll make more ammo, and I don't have to do anything. What was the third playthrough that I really wanted to do? Oh man, there's a lot. Well, I want to do one. I'd like to do, like, a really medieval one. Like, getting the medieval overhaul going again. The mod where you have to, like, actually fire up a forge to turn steel into, like, steel bars that you can use, and you have to get a loom to turn cotton into cloth, and, you know, just adds all that kind of stuff. I think it's actually compatible with Combat Extended now. So, and then we'd pick, like, the Maynard Medieval that just, and we'll just remove all higher tech stuff. And I think for that one we would actually, we'd cut our research speed by quite a bit. Because I think that is kind of part of the issue. If you look at Bear Grylls, you remember I started Tribal Naked Brutality. and I had research speed at 75%. And now look at us. Because it's just like, yeah, I mean, eventually you're going to have a research god, and the research speed multipliers just get out of control, and then eventually you can research anything in like an hour, and then, you know, there you have it. So it really just spirals out of control. So, yeah, I mean, I was sort of like gobsmacked initially at looking at the research speed 25% thing, but it's probably not a bad way to go for an interesting playthrough. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. And I didn't realize, because I keep picking fluid ideologian every time. That doesn't show you the high impact memes. Like, isolationist, that's a high impact one. You can't start with that with fluid. So we should actually take a look at some of the high impact ones and just do a playthrough based around one or two of those. I'm sure there was I mean, there's the full zombie playthrough where we just kind of only focus on dealing with zombies constantly. There's probably some other stuff. Those are the ones that I'm thinking of right now. I had some more ideas I've forgotten. There's definitely more, like, alpha biomes that I have not tried. The Forsaken Crags, where it's darkness 24/7. The Mechanoid Intrusion. The propane lakes. Or whatever. Alright, I guess you can research if that's what you want to do. What do we got here? 9.8 days. But yeah, I miss having multiple colonists. And I miss having, like, a struggle. I miss not knowing when the next meal's gonna come. So, we're ending this bad boy. Oh, the royalty playthrough. I want to do, like, a full royalty playthrough where we model our whole colony after the Empire. And we do everything we can to impress the Empire. I think that playthrough will involve a lot of slavery. Because you can give slaves to the tribute collectors for honor. So that one will probably not be a fluid ideologian. I think we'll be pretty clear on what we want out of that. This research is too damn fast. But yeah, what was I saying a while back about the guy that, like, set his research speed to like 5% or something like ridiculously low? Took him a year of pure research just to get electricity. But, you know, at that point, like, you fucking earn it, you know? Imagine how good that would feel after that year. You finally get electricity. When I got electricity, it took me, like, I don't know, 2 days, maybe? Something like that. Like, I was already pretty well along. It was not triumphant. So, yeah, I don't know. I could see bumping down research that much. But Rimworld's a tricky game to balance. Because if you don't futz with anything... Oh, this will be interesting. Good God. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of androids. 61 of them. We should summon another raid. Didn't do a damn thing. Okay. Summon a trade caravan. That'll work. There you go, combat supplier. God, the lag. What was I saying? Yeah, so Rimworld's a tricky game to balance because if you don't futz with any of the faction settings or anything like that, you have tribes coexisting with, like, Wild West settlements, coexisting with mechanoids, coexisting with the Empire, coexisting with bug infestations. And, you know, if you're the type, such as myself, that likes naked tribal brutality and oh, this is gonna be... Yep, oh god. Well, good thing we're leaving this planet. Oh my god. What a massacre! Where did I go? I went to fucking eat deep-fried vegetables? Come on now. I want to use Cataclysm while we got this huge raid here. Hold on. That'll do it. Jesus. Jesus, man. Oh, no! We actually lost a couple things there. Yeah, we lost a couple things there. Nothing that can't be rebuilt, of course. We can remake anything. Huh. Alright. So, you know, if you're like me and you want to do the naked tribal brutality or an all-medieval thing, and you don't want to futz with factions, then you're sitting there with your great bow, and you love your great bow because it's like such a big achievement for you compared to the short bow you start with. But then, like, the Empire comes in, or these people come in with shotguns, and it's like, well, fuck. So the game, by default, kind of just continually pushes you towards technological developments and getting up and up and up so that you can contend with mechanoids and the Empire and bug infestations and all this sort of stuff. So that's why I'd like to do a full medieval thing where we just disable all that shit. And with faction control and stuff, we can just add like 40 different medieval factions and tribal factions to fight. And then we don't have to worry about people coming in with shotguns. We can just make it medieval Rimworld. Which, you know, is maybe not always the way to go, but it's definitely a fun way to do it. Alright, so we have to switch these back to concentrated. Armor piercing. Sure. Ooh, Black Hive. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, Alright, we're good, except for this. Oh, Black Hive coming in fast. Dead. God, what a fucking mess, man! Jesus! We need the rain to come. Oh yeah, that's right, I don't have Claw. Ran out. I have more Tyrion. Okay, we'll use Tyrion. It's very opulent of me. Armor piercing. What a fucking mess. All just to get at my ship. This is the worst looking ship ever. But they love it. See, there you go, slave ship. The game will not tolerate you having one colonist. It's not good. And most of the time, if you like get beaten down to one colonist, you're glad to have all these opportunities to get more. But no, Bear Grylls does not walk that path. And this is not even, yeah, I mean, it's just an easy playthrough, so I recommend it. If you're looking for something a little chill. We're gonna run out of chem fuel in 5 days or so. My oil well got destroyed somehow, despite the walls not being destroyed, so I'm not sure what happened. But I never bothered to rebuild it. Heat wave. Oh, no. Yeah, AI Persona production. I've already been able to make these. Because when you got multiple, like, high-end mods, they give you multiple ways of doing things. Alright, another mech hive coming in. This doesn't even look much bigger than the last one. Although they got a behemoth. Heavy Megalocolo class mechanoids outfitted with extremely bulky reactive armor plating to protect them as they engage their weapon systems. Also fitted with a forearm mounted shield. That's not even that high of protection. I think you will die. Oh, they're trying some tricky shit. No, never mind. They weren't that tricky. See, again, that's why you get the armor piercing. It's just good. It's just good. What a fucking war zone. Like I said, this isn't even that many turrets. That's 6 of the machine gun nests. And, what, 4 of the charge turrets? That's really not that many. And then you got this thing, but it doesn't shoot most of the time. $5.6 days. Yeah, I don't know. I probably should get some more chem fuel in there. So we'll just make a siphon. And we'll do that. I did get rid of the biofuel refinery because I didn't think I needed that anymore. We don't actually have a way of making more chem fuel. We might be okay. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I really want to get a war casket sometime. I wanted the big fucking suit of armor that you can never get out of and just makes you only built for combat. People have actually said the best thing to do for those is throw a tier 1 android in. Because they don't feel anything. They have, like, no thoughts or emotions otherwise. So they're perfect. Because apparently it's not pleasant being in a war casket. And so that's brilliant. Yeah, nothing to do but just sit here and wait. Oh, so the most harrowing time of this playthrough, and really what I probably should have recorded, because it was, other than the start, the most intense, exciting time, was one of the years, relatively early on, like probably the 5th year maybe, I got Winston Wave as my storyteller. And the way that we set it up, you know, Winston Wave was my storyteller for the entire year. And that was pretty dicey. If I had gotten him now, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I had him when I was not in, like, a great time. And, like, all I had was this trap kill box that I have there. It was very rough. Because even though we changed the settings during that other playthrough, so it was delayed, you know, they're 3 days apart, that's still 5 of them every month. So 20 of them throughout the year. And those waves got ridiculous. And I had to do every fucking trick I could think of, like, summoning trade caravans at the right time, and, like, pissing off some bugs and some infested ship chunks. A couple of the later waves, I actually, like, purposefully pissed off a Gallatross right as they were coming in so that it would just destroy all of them. Yeah, that got very dicey. I don't think I had to reload once, which I was really proud of. But it came down to the wire. It came down to where most of my base had been, like, devastated. And that was at the end of the year. That was the last one of the year. If it had gone one more, I think I would have been completely wiped out. So that was really down to the wire and intense. Winston Wave. And amazingly, I never got him again. If I had gotten him again at any point, I was so worried, like, the following year, that it was going to switch back to Winston Wave, and it was just going to be, the run was either going to be over, or I was going to have to manually switch it. But I never got him again, because it would pick up right where it left off. So, yeah, it would be pretty nuts. That's the one downside of the only switching once per year. Winston Wave is involved. 3.5 days. Rain Bum is the name of the organization attacking me. Rain Bum. Okay, they don't look like they're armored in cataphract armor or anything. So, I don't know. I don't expect great things from Rain Bum. What are you doing? What are you doing? What gun are you possibly going to pick up? How can I even tell? You're gonna get killed, hauling bot. There's like one gun that for some reason didn't get auto forbid. Look at all this slag. Look at all that. 108, 112 sitting around there. Because all the transport pods leave it. I don't know. I think I have to deactivate this little thing. You're gonna die, buddy. Yeah, the ones with shield belts definitely live longer. They're not doing too bad. Oh, this turret actually broke down. Fucking busted component. Bear just... It's not in the home area. Of course, must be in the home area. Make sure all our turrets are in the home area. We wouldn't want to leave anybody out. And I mean, it's just like... These turrets are dealing with everything that comes our way. And to reload them, you know, it just costs like... What is this? This is 26 steel to make 500 rounds. The charged ammo... 8 plasteel, 6 steel, 8 components. I mean, it's certainly more expensive, but components are just steel. And plasteel is just steel. And we can get unlimited steel. So, I mean, it's all steel, and it's all free, and it's all nothing. Oh, finally, the rain coming in. Wash away all this filth. This filth. I don't know what that sound is. My God, that's a lot of items. There's not really much else for me to say here. I could just pause the video and... I always forget how long this fucking process takes. 15 days, that's a whole month. Even on practically times 16 speed the entire time. Oh! That was the other playthrough. Yeah, the Yes Man playthrough. Where we accept and attempt every single request made of us. Not necessarily every quest, because there's a lot of quests that are just like, hey, just letting you know there's this thing over here if you want to do something about it. We're not really asking you, but we're just mentioning it. But specifically every request made of the colony, where they actually are asking you to do something, we have to say yes to, and we have to attempt. Not necessarily succeed, but we have to attempt. That would be a very interesting playthrough. Because there's so many quests in this game that I've never done. Because it's almost never worth it. Or I'm always busy with other things. Here's the other nuclear power you can just build. I should take a look at this, see if it's any better or different. So a lot of research in this mod list. It belongs to the Adeptus Mechanicus mod that adds basically every like piece of equipment that you'd care to make from a 40k mod. And it separates it into all sorts of research. I mean, there's all the orc stuff. Like, look at this. Where is this? So, dark armor, damned armor, Crute Kindred, Dark Kin, all this stuff. This is all 40k. All of this. Everything on this screen almost is 40k. And there's more than that. I mean, it's sort of sprinkled in, but yeah, it adds a lot. The problem is, based on what I understand of, like, Dub's performance analyzer here and stuff like that, hold on. Well, not right now, I guess. It's right here. Normally, I see it, like, towards the top of, like, usage and stuff like that. VFE Architect. That's my current storytellers, Alfred Architect or whatever. Alright, so we've got Black Hive coming in. And they're coming in from multiple angles. This doesn't seem to be that big of an attack. But perhaps we should get Bear involved. Because they're coming in the back end. Here we go. There you go. Oh, not done yet? Now you done. Done. So, for one, having that many different, like, research trees and stuff, I never really care for that. I like kind of to condense it a little bit, especially because I play with semi-random research. And also, they just don't really seem super compatible with Combat Extended. They are, but it's, like, weird. Let me show what I mean. Like, one of the armors. Like, one of the cool swords. Like a chain sword. Right? I don't want to actually make it or anything. Look at this fucking penetration. That is garbage. That is horrible. That's horrible penetration. And less than 10 DPS. I mean, that's almost nothing, right? But then you get stuff like... no, I need to find a good example. They're in here, trust me. Here. The Power Axe has almost 5,000 RHA. That is astronomically... I mean, nothing even comes close to those kind of numbers. And I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they were thinking 49.9 or something like that. I mean... that would be reasonable, because my hammer's 200, and that's higher than anything else in the game. But the DPS is still shit, despite having the highest penetration in the game. It's not. There's stuff from this mod that has 9,999. So I think maybe they just didn't give a shit about penetration numbers, and they're just like, fuck it. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Oh, I didn't want to make any of that stuff. So, I don't know. I love 40k, and I think it is cool to have bolters and all that kind of stuff in there. And chain swords, but in its current form, it's not really... I wish they would kind of break it up a little bit more. Like, they threw everything 40k into one mod. But I don't need... everything. I would like a light version that just has, like, bolters and chainswords and stuff and has, like, 2 tech things, you know? Like, I'd be okay with that. And, yeah, the performance issues, and if the numbers are actually good and accurate, I think I would keep using it. Tier 5 Android? Yeah. Free Tier 5 Android. Well, not free. Gotta make this massive monument 3,200 blocks. 1,000 plus 1,000. But still, tier 5 android. Oh, right. The other nuclear power. Let's take a look. Well, we don't have to... Don't want to slow down time. We need to keep going. Let's see here. God, look at all these options. So this is... This is not the one I had. This is the one I just researched. This is the one I have. So this is the other one. Do you have to build this under a roof? Okay. I don't care. 340 steel, 60 plasteel, 6 advanced components, 8 components. It's not... I mean, the 6 advanced components, I suppose. That's a little high. Has to be fueled with uranium. 100 every 50 days. That's really good. Oh, I see. You have to actually keep this thing cool. But yeah, 20,000 watts. 20,000 watts compared to this one, which is 9,000. However, this one you can chuck anywhere, and you don't have to worry about any temperature concerns. But it consumes far more uranium and generates less power. This one you have to keep cool, but it's far more efficient and generates far more power. So I guess those are kind of your tiers. Like, this is the bottom tier, still being really good. Then there's this one, and then there's Rim Atomics, which is absurd, but far more involved. I could definitely see using this one if I didn't go for oil. The problem is oil is always so tantalizing and so good. And it's like, if I want to go for nuclear, I'm just going to go for Rim Atomics, because you might as well. But yeah, oil's too good. 16,000 watts out of this thing. Probably could do with a nerf. 4 hours and we're out of here, baby. It's been fun. Bear Grylls started as a naked tribal by himself. Built a rocket ship. Built nuclear reactors. Built self-crafting, self-perpetuating machines. Made a machine that gave him bionic arms and legs. And effectively mastered the planet. And now he will depart it. A changed man. Oh, fuck, wait. Shit. How do I get my cat in? Fuck. There's a way to do that, isn't there? Isn't there a specific one for pets or for small animals? Or am I thinking of something else? Damn it, hold on. This cat has been with me for years. Huh. I know there's mods that can do it, because there's mods that can do everything. Okay, you can anesthetize them and carry them into crypto sleep. Okay, hold on. I'm hoping they'll let me just build this on. Yeah, I know it's ready. fuck, we need components. Hurry! Actually, I could just dismantle some stuff. Dismantle all sorts of stuff. Okay. You have to be anesthetized. Hold on. Autonomic virus killer. Cool. Wait a minute, there's no amnestization. Anesthetize. I always say amnesticize. I can give it beer. Uh-oh. There's no... Alright, fuck it. We're dev commanding this shit. I'm not leaving this cat behind. I don't know why I can't give it anesthesia. I don't even know if that is an option. I can down him, I suppose. Technically. Damage until down? No? Fuck. There's definitely a way to just... Oh, I could damage. No. No, why? I don't know why that wouldn't work. Fuck! We gotta do this. I need to bring the cat. Find anesthesia. Why will that... Why can I not give anesthesia? Right, because I had a fucking letter in there. That's why. Okay, good. And anesthetize. We don't need dev commands. Good. Glad I didn't have to cheat. Alright, now the medical bot should do it? Maybe? Yep, there it goes. Okay. Carry the crypto sleep casket. Yeah, we're doing it, baby! Fuck this planet. You've launched the ship. These colonists escape. Bear, the scout, and Babs. Your machine persona will now try to guide the ship to a safe place. Might find a prosperous planet in this system, or it may undertake a centuries-long journey to another star. It might even decide to hide under ice on an asteroid for a few thousand years, waiting for someone to build a new glitter world here. You'll find out when you wake up. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Alright, I've not actually seen those credits in quite a while. Now it's only the second time I've done it. So, good stuff. Alright. That'll do it for Bear Grylls' Gallatross adventure. Many more playthroughs to do, though, so no time to dilly-dally. For now, my name is Mangg. This has been Rimworld. I'll see you fine folks around.